Hey YouTube, this is Kevin Boland of Boland Small Engine, and today I wanted to show you guys a very cheap, inexpensive way to fix a slipping starter drive on a Kohler Courage single-cylinder engine. Typically what happens, guys, is you will have this friction material start breaking up and breaking apart due to heat and basically just the overall starting of the starter over time and the load that gets pushed against the friction material. I want to start off by telling you that, guys, I apologize for not having one that's bad. Okay, I would really like to be able to show you the cracks and the breaks, but to be honest with you, the starters that I have around here at the house, I generally try to maintain them, okay, and take care of them. I will say that this starter here, I recently got off a lady, and she basically allowed her crankcase to flood with gasoline, tried to start the engine, got frustrated, took a hammer and beat the living shit out of the starter, which broke the magnets on the inside. So a really stupid move on her part, but it provided me with some really great parts for other starters, so I'm grateful for that. These starters are not cheap, guys, okay? These starters here actually typically range somewhere about 80 bucks on eBay. So I wouldn't recommend you beat them up with a hammer, okay? But like I said, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into this video, and I'm going to show you. This is your helix, okay? I like to call it a helix thrusting washer because basically this washer is attached to the helix drive, and when you basically turn your starter over, it gets thrusted up underneath into the friction material, which in turn turns the pinion. But if you'd like to call it a helix, that's just fine. Now, when you have one that is real shiny and buffed up like this one, okay, what I would recommend you do if you have a lot of slippage in your starter is get you a piece of sandpaper and just sand the devil out of it. If you'd like, you can take some carb cleaner, spray it off real good, and clean it up. From here, I recommend that you find just a small piece of Bounty. And put it inside the spirals for the helix, okay, that actually allow your drive, okay, for your helix. Now here's the trick, guys. When you have this shiny and clean, I recommend you purchase some Rust-Oleum bed line or truck bed coating. This stuff works absolutely amazing on these starters. Now, guys, I want to tell you, you do not want to spray this into the friction material, okay? I know there'll be a lot of you tempted to do that. Don't do it. What you want to do is take the piece that we sanded and spray it on it. Now, guys, I got to be honest with you, for this video, I have another one of these that I sprayed the friction material on. So you can see the difference here, guys. This is smooth, and this is the friction material, or I'm sorry, the truck bed lining that's sprayed out of the can onto the helix. If you watch, you'll see that I can actually spin this with my fingers. I'm not trying to play any tricks on you guys. You can actually see that I'm spinning that with my fingers, okay? If you'd like, I can even show you that this is turning, okay? You can look at the circle in the center. You see that's turning, okay? With this material on there, after it's dry, it's not going to turn, guys. See that? And I'm not putting any downward pressure. That's just normal, okay? It's just me putting my finger in and holding it. So if you want a very quick fix that will last for, a couple of months, guys, I gotta be honest with you. If the friction material is terrible, obviously, you need to replace the starter. But if you're in a hard spot where you're trying to get a job done, definitely this is the way you want to go. Now, because there are a lot of people out there, after they tear a starter apart, they don't potentially know how to put it back together. I thought I'd be nice enough to show how this starter here that the lady gave me would have potentially went back together. You want to first start off with your helix, okay, the helix thrust washer, whatever you want to call it. Put it on first. The next thing you want to do, there's two little washers that come on these starters. These a lot of times get neglected to be put back in because people don't know where they went. These washers go right on top, okay, of that little helix there. From here, you want to take the pinion drive with the friction material, apply it. Then you want to take this little retainer here, which is typically kind of a gold or brass looking color. Put it on your spring. And there's two sides to this top retainer. There's a flat side here, guys, and there's a side that actually has an opening. You want the open side up. And then you have these little tiny rings that go on them. They're typically like a Briggs. Now, guys, you can take a pair of pliers and a 10mm socket after you push this back together to make it tight. Put it right on top and hit it with a hammer and it'll drive it straight on, okay? You shouldn't have any issues. The nice thing about these starters are that after you push it on, if you feel like it's not retained good enough in the groove, which I'll try to show you here if it's next to my finger, this groove, you can simply take a pair of pliers or even channel locks and just squeeze it once it's inside the groove to make sure that this keeper is going to lock over it. It's very simple, guys. I hope this little trick helps someone out there on YouTube. I should say everyone, but someone out there. I know that these starters, they're pretty expensive, so I'm hoping that if you guys like this video, you try the method that I'm showing you. As I say, it's very effective. It works very, very well for a while. It is a temporary fix. Until next time, YouTube.